Hello and welcome to Asana class number 8 of the summer series. Remember, we're alternating between a focus on arms and shoulders, or a focus on legs and hips, or a focus on breath. But keep in mind that we're all so different. So this might be, in fact, this one is an arms and shoulders practice, but you're not doing anything wrong if you're feeling it in other places. We're all so different. So let's begin like we always begin, by making sure that our big joints are ready to do their job. But first, we'll do our breath awareness practice. So let your hands hang down. We don't want collapsed shoulders. We don't want military pose. We want something in the middle that lets your low ribs tuck in. We don't want an extension of the ribs. That really puts a lot of stress on T12 and S1. So we're in position. You've pulled with your feet to angle your pelvis. Your ribs are tucked. Neck is long. Take a long, gentle inhale that makes you a little taller. And on exhale, soften anywhere you hold tension. Bring your attention to the breath moving through your nose. No special breath, just feel it. Feel the cool air going in. Feel the warm air leaving. With your next exhale, notice one nostril is cooler than the other. Shift your focus to your throat. Feel the air going through your throat as you breathe. Cool on inhale. Warm on exhale. And then the chest. You won't be able to feel the temperatures in the chest unless you're in a really cold place, which is not a great place to practice yoga. But you can feel the expansion. Feel how your chest moves with breath. Belly. Feel how belly moves with breath. And the last spot is that little triangle between the bottom of your breastbone and your navel. You can lay your hand across here to feel the diaphragm. Go down on inhale, up on exhale. If you can feel it without your hand, that's interoception. Pretty cool. So whichever way you need to do it, respect that and watch your diaphragm go up and down. And then watch your body breathe. Meaning feel what's moving when as you breathe from nose to tailbone, from tailbone to nose. All of the torso participates in breath. So follow that path. And if your eyes were closed for that practice, you can bring them back open again. That's our simple breath awareness practice. You can use that anytime you need to just sort of soothe and smooth out. Give that a go. So let's let our arms hang. We'll exhale here and then turning the palms forward, inhale up. Keep those shoulders, keep that neck soft, and then exhale down. Try a few of those on your own, letting the inhale lift you and the exhale lower your arms. So pause and try a few. Okay, notice how you feel. At this point, if you're having any shoulder discomfort, let's respect that as you go forward and use your arms and shoulders gently if that was your experience. If not, let's keep going with the full practice. So I'm going to go wide here. Make sure that your heels are on the edge of the mat because you don't want them slipping out if the rest of your floor is slippery. And not only tiles are slippery, wall-to-wall carpeting is slippery often too. So heels are locked in. My knee and thigh are pointing right to the space after my second toe, which will make keep my knees healthy and strong. I'm going to inhale here. And on exhale, hinge at the hips. Keep those hands on the knees. When I can't be straight any longer, I begin to curve down and hang. Remain in this position. Focus on your low belly and inhale. And on exhale, soften low belly and release that low back. You'll feel a pull from your tailbone towards your head. Focus on upper belly as you inhale. And on exhale, soften that upper belly, and the pull from the tailbone to the head will probably extend up to the bottom of your ribs. Focus on your whole chest as you inhale. And on exhale, release and let the thoracic spine hang with the lumbar and sacral spine all from your tailbone. Let your neck be soft and limp and your head hang free. Take a full breath here. And on exhale, feel the relaxation travel up your spine. Feel the pull travel up your spine. Then press down with the feet and hands and inhale your way back up. Take a moment to notice. And then we're going to incorporate a lift into the seated forward bend that's still wide. I'll show it to you and then talk you through it. So I'm in the same position. My shoulders, arms, everything is the same as what we just did. I'm going to inhale here and exhale down straight as far as I can. And then keep going down. When I lift, I'm only lifting to straighten the spine. I inhale and exhale all the way down and release the whole front of the torso. Then inhale, exhale down. Try a few of those on your own, being really gentle to only lift the top portion of your chest from about the ribs up so that you're straightening out a little bit. Try a few of those and notice how that feels. Okay, so if your back is pretty comfortable going up and down, you're building strength in the same muscles that support your posture across your upper back. There's some data that if your posture includes your head being forward, that for every, I don't remember how many degrees, but it's small, for every so many degrees that your head is held forward, you're adding with each increment 10 pounds of weight to what your spine has to support. If we can bring our ears in line with our shoulders that are in line with our hips, we're going to be a lot better off in terms of what we're asking our spine to do. So that practice we just did is really good for that. We're going to stay in a wide seat again and practice our simple seated twist. Just want you to really hold in your muscle memory that twists start at the tailbone. I can twist like mad if I just move my arms, but basically nothing's happening from the ribs down. So to engage from the bottom, we'll get a full twist that will do a lot more interesting things. To do this, we're going to take the arms out of the game. Let's put one hand on one shoulder, one hand on the other, or you can hold your upper arms, doesn't matter. Watch one of these before you do them with me. I'll do it on one side, then I'll also do it on the other side. You can follow along with that or watch again, and then I'll ask you to do one more to the first side during the pause. Don't need a lot of these. So I'm going to inhale here. And on exhale, twist is always an exhale. I'm turning my navel toward my hip. Full exhale. Stay in that position and inhale again. Turn your navel toward your left hip. Inhale again. Turn your breastbone. Inhale again. Turn your shoulders. Keep that opposite leg from caving in. Inhale here. And look over your shoulder if you're able. We inhale back around in one motion. I'm going to take an inhale break, and then maybe you can join me when I start inhaling again. Going to the other side. Inhale here. And exhale. Turn the hips. Inhale. Turn the navel toward the hip. Inhale here. Turn the breastbone. Inhale here. Exhale, turn the shoulders. Inhale here. And turn the head as much as your neck will happily allow. And then inhale back in one motion. So, first of all, notice your experience. What was it like just letting that little bit of exhale take you into the pose? We're not straining to twist, remember. It's a pretty natural motion. What was that like for you? And then you might have noticed that I can twist more deeply, further on this side. That's because I have scoliosis and I am twistier on one part than another. Everybody, though, is an asymmetrical creature. We have a dominant side, most of us, and a non-dominant side. Usually our dominant side is strong and our non-dominant side is flexible. I'm stronger on one side. Yoga has helped balance that, but it's sort of the way human beings work. So after we twist, we always do a counter pose. And for this one, we're going to bring the feet in close, not hip width apart, notice. My knees are together also. We're going to do the seated forward bend that releases the back. They all release the back, but this one is a little deeper, I think. Inhale here. And without bending anywhere but the hips and the elbows, come forward onto your thighs and let your head hang. If you want, you can bring your arms down. You don't have to. Let's take a breath here. And on exhale, let that relaxation move up the spine. Another long, soft breath. And exhale, softens. Hands back on your knees. Press down with the feet and inhale up. Notice how you feel. And then I'm going to transition to a side position. So I'm going to move my chair and mat. You don't have to do that. You might need to move your computer, but you don't need to move your mat. But we'll talk about some of the safety tips while I'm doing that in case this is your first asana video with me. If it is, I suggest you go back and try some of the previous ones, but just in case, I want you to be safe. So I'm moving the chair sideways. And when we're doing standing poses with a chair, we always anchor the mat with the chair. We don't want the mat going anywhere, but we especially don't want the chair going anywhere. So you remember that we've done side warrior a couple of times, but this time we're going to do it with holds. Holds is an advanced practice. We do the dynamic practices first. The hold practices require more strength, a little more flexibility, and more breath control. So I want you to be really kind to yourself. If this is hard, come out of the pose. If you can do one but not two holds, do one. Do you, but try. So I've moved my chair and anchored my mat and chair together for safety, just so that you can see me. You don't need to move your mat. Maybe you move your computer, whatever works for you. We're going to go wide. You can go as wide as you like, but you don't want to go so wide that you can't stand up straight. The hips will do that. We talked about that a lot in the spring series. So from here, I'm going to pick up my toes, spin them out so that now the inside of my foot is parallel with the mat. It's also perpendicular. It's pointing right at the heel of this foot. And my hips are now at an angle. They're not parallel to the side of the mat anymore. I mentioned this the last time I taught it. It's just really dangerous. Some people teach that you want to square off your hips. That just doesn't work. It's not safe to do. So I'd like you to keep your hips at an angle, but we're going to take the shoulders parallel with the side of the mat. Until you get this pose, it feels complicated, and I see people doing some strange things. I'm going to go through it once with you. It's inhale the arms, exhale the knee, stop right over the heel, inhale the knee, exhale the arms. So, it's always inhale, exhale, exhale, but this time it's arm, knee, arm. Let's try one of those together. Exhale here, inhale up, look at your front hand, exhale, bend your knee, inhale up, exhale the arms down and face turns to the side again. Pause and try 3 or 4 of those on your own. And of course, notice. So, how did that feel? Were you feeling strong and confident in the pose? Were you able to execute it because of all the yoga you've done since spring? Cool. Because now we're going to make it a little bit harder by adding some breath holds. Let me show you what that looks like. And keep in mind that it's kind of hard to talk during breath holds. So I'm describing what I would be doing with my breath. But of course I'm not breathing that way. Exhale, my shoulders are turned. Inhale up. Stay and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Stay and inhale. Stay and exhale. Inhale up. Stay and exhale. Stay and inhale. Exhale down. I bet you want to see that again. I'll do one more with you. Maybe you could practice along with me. I'll go slowly, but remember, our breath paces aren't the same. And I'm talking, so just to feel the movement. Exhale here. Inhale up. Stay. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, knee. Stay and inhale. Stay and exhale. Inhale up. Stay and exhale. Stay and inhale. Exhale down. The point is that holding a pose is more difficult than moving in and out of it. And so I want you to experience that. And once you get the rhythm of it and you can do it, I want you to notice where you're holding the weight. What feels tight? What feels loose? What's going on? Holds are a great place. Breathing in weird positions is a great way to develop somatic awareness, to practice your interoception. So try that a couple of times and notice. Okay, so what did you learn about how your body works from those holds? I find it pretty interesting. So to come out of this pose, bend the knee, then pick up those toes and turn them in. This is the place where you notice, do a little body scan, notice how this side felt to you. Now we're going to do the other side. Same idea, but we're not symmetrical creatures. So I'm going to pick up these toes, spin them out. My hips have now gone diagonal. My shoulders are going to come back. We're going to do the simple one first. Always do the simple because that's going to give you an idea of how this side of your body, this motion is going to be tolerated. So exhale here. Inhale up. Exhale, bend that knee toward the little toe side. Stop over top of your heel. Inhale up. Exhale down. So try a couple of those. And then when you come back, we'll talk about the holds. Okay, so notice. Did that go well for you? Were you comfortable? Remember, we can always handle a little bit of a challenge, but ahimsa means no harm. So no pain, no sharp feelings. Stretches you haven't felt before? That's probably okay. Joint pain? Pay attention. Pay a lot of attention to joint pain. And if you send me questions, I can help you make adjustments to make sure that your joint pain is as low as it can possibly be. So let's put in the holds now. You can, because you did it on the other side, you can probably do it along with me, but choose what's best for you. Maybe you're somebody who likes to watch first and then do, or maybe you like to do along. Choose what you like. I exhale here, inhale the arms up, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, bend. Stay and inhale. Stay and exhale. Inhale as you straighten the knee. Stay and exhale. Stay and inhale. And exhale the arms down and head turns back around. Try 2 or 3 of those. Notice what it's like. We're holding the body to experience breath changes, how that feels. Where are you doing most of the work? Notice those sort of things. Okay, what was that like for you? Was it a big challenge going from the simple version to the hold or stay version? Think about that. Then I'm going to bring this foot back in. I bend the knee, pick up the toes, in I come. going to do a forward bend, just a simple forward bend as our counter pose for the side warrior with the breath holds. So we're going to inhale here. You can leave your hands on your thighs. You can also, if you want, bring your chair in front. If you had your chair in front, you'd be holding on just like when we face the chair. If you're able to do a forward bend and even get your fingertips down, then you don't need the chair. But please choose gently and carefully and with great respect for the body you brought to yoga today. So, goes like this. Inhale here. And on exhale, I'm sticking my bottom out. Staying straight as long as I can. Then beginning to curve down. Hands to the chair or the mat. Let's take a long inhale here. Exhale and soften that belly to go a little deeper. And inhale up. So, I'll do it one more time because this one has a little stay in it just to release the spine from the twists and turns that we've been doing. So I'll do one more with you, but when you pause, I'd like you to do 2, 3, 4 of these. So I'm going to inhale here and exhale. Stick the bottom out. Hold on to the chair or whatever part of you can touch the floor and let your head hang free. Inhale here. Exhale, soften the belly, soften the chest, soften the neck. Let the head hang free. Press down with the feet and inhale up. When you've finished a few of those, you're going to shift to one side and jump yourself together. So try a few more of those and notice. Okay, so that concludes our asana practice for today. Did you notice the changes that come with breath holds? It really does change the dynamics of a pose. And we're going to be doing some of those for arms and shoulders, legs and hips, and especially the breath classes that we're focusing on, the classes where we're focusing on breath. So I hope you will continue on to pranayama number 8 and then meditation number 8 for the summer series. Send your questions to Instagram, the website, or send me an email. Thank you.